Hi, everybody. My name is Amanda, and I'm with Silver Linings for Seniors. We're back this week with Margo. As always, Margo, how's it going today?
It's pretty good. It's getting hot out there, but other than that,
Whew,
it's pretty good.
it's hot here too. So today we kind of wanted to talk about dealing with children's opinions and how children's opinions are affecting their parents, especially during the coronavirus and figuring out, whether you want to go out and get groceries or maybe have somebody do that for you and really trying to balance all of that. So Margo, what are your thoughts in regards to that?
Well, I think it's wonderful that the children care about their parents. At the same time, one of the phrases that really bugs me is, well, when your parents get old, you kind of reverse positions. They're the children and now you're the parent. And
Mhm.
I just want to say no, no, no,
Right,
no, and never.
right.
Okay. And we're seeing a lot of that with what's going on. And I think it's great that children call up and say, are you taking care of yourself? Just like parents can call kids and say, are you taking care of yourself? I just heard that your city is having a big outbreak and we, all be very careful. That's
Mhm.
fine. What concerns me, and I know it's coming from love and I know it's coming from care, is when children feel like they kind of have the right to tell their parents what to do.
Do you feel like that's like a thin line?
It's a well, I was starting to say it's a very thin line, but it's probably not as thin as we think it is.
Okay.
Giving information, such as I was watching the TV tonight and I see that the city that you're in is having a big influx. I just wanted to make sure that you know that because I know you're not watching news as much as you used to.
Right.
That's fine. That's giving information. Saying that your city has a big influx and therefore I don't want you to go to the grocery store anymore. No, and mom is like, but I wear a mask and I go at 7 in the morning. No, I don't care. It's too dangerous.
Mhm.
That's the other side. And I guess there's probably somewhere in there where there's a thin line, but there's also a real thick line that
Well,
goes. Go ahead.
I think there just has to be a balancing act, you know? Are you, as a child, if you tell your parent, hey, really try not to go out and go to TJ Maxx or go shopping or whatever
Right.
it is, I think those things are okay. But like, if your parent needs to really go out and get the essentials, you need to understand, like, if you don't live in the same city as your parent, they really have to be independent in some way if they still can be. Is that fair to say?
Well, exactly. They are anyway. And I want to really, though, strengthen. I mean, what you said is great, Amanda, but I really want to strengthen it with really understanding the difference between giving information
Hmm.
and giving advice.
Yeah, for sure.
And then that's kind of in the middle. And then worse than that is giving advice that you'd better listen to me kind of advice.
Right.
And I got to tell you, I have people in my practice that are so high functioning who have
Mhm.
children who are treating them like they're toddlers.
Right.
And that's
Which
not
is
good.
in turn going to put a strain on the relationship.
Well, exactly.
And with everything else we have going on right now, as a parent, having a child tell you what to do instead of giving advice is the last thing you need. It's too much.
It's the last thing you need. And I'm also have seen this happen. I'm so glad you brought that up, Amanda, because I've also seen this happen where children insist that the parents do what they want and then turn around and complain because the parents are being too dependent on them. So it's like, come
Wow,
on, folks.
that seems so unfair.
Well, it's unfair, but it also doesn't work because it kind of backfires on the kids because now they don't understand why all of a sudden they have all this extra pressure. Well, if you try and turn your child or your excuse me, if you try to turn your parents into children, they are going to get more dependent on you. So
Mhm.
again, I think that the rule of thumb is are you giving them information such as, or I saw this report that said that masks are really the best thing you can do now. Don't ever go outside without it. Um, and that the difference between giving information and telling your parents what to do.
Right.
I mean, when you were teenagers, all of you out there who are tempted to do this, I mean, that's when you started to rebel against your parents telling you what to do. And believe me, you all know now, when you were 16, you thought you knew everything in the world, but you all know now that when you were 16, you didn't. However, your parents aren't 16, they're 66 or they're 76, and they know a lot. Some of them, by the way, aren't going to do it right. They're going to take chances. That's going to happen. They're still adults, and it's okay to start treating them more as peers because it's adult to adult.
Right.
However, it's not, you haven't become their parent.
Yeah. And, even from my perspective, like, I'm not at the age where I'm going to be telling my parents what to do. Like, that just seems crazy. But I think you can take that advice into like any personal relationship you have, like whether it's a friend or a brother or a sister, not telling them what to do. Nobody wants to be.
Exactly.
It's just really finding that line between giving advice and telling them what to do. I think you can take that in any relationship that you have.
Exactly. And if you will look at, I mean, there are probably, I'll bet we all have some friends or relationships throughout our lives that don't mind if we tell them what to do. But deep down, while it might be great at the time because we feel real important, that those relationships are kind of a burden.
No, you never want to make a phone call to a friend and just have them tell you what to do the entire time. You're not going to continue to call that friend.
Exactly.
Let's carry out those things with our parents as well and our children, right?
Exactly. Just, give them information. If you don't think they have all the information, give it to them. Don't tell them what to do. That's really the bottom line.
Yeah. I like that. It's a different perspective that I wouldn't have thought of. And I'm sure you're hearing those things in your session. So it's good to relay that information.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Margo. As always, we'll be back next week. If you guys think of any topics that you want covered, please just reach out through Facebook or YouTube, leave a comment, subscribe. But as always, we'll be back next week. Thanks, guys.
Bye. Bye, everybody.